Naiisip mo bang mag-apply sa ibang BPO companies ulit pero hindi ka sure kung ano talaga yung hinahanap ng hiring manager?
Today, we are going behind the scenes. Galing to sa mga BPO hiring managers na may 10 plus years of experience sa recruitment. So alam nating legit talaga. So we'll break down what really makes a candidate stand out. The BPO Breakroom Podcast, welcome back to another episode. This is Jay, and you are tuned in on the rising show in the BPO world.
BPO Breakroom Podcast.
Hello, Kay.
Hello, Jay, and hello to everyone. This is Kay, and to those that are watching and listening to us right now, if you haven't yet subscribed on our channel, send us some love and give us a like. Aside from Spotify and YouTube, we are now on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts at the BPO Breakroom Podcast. Marami sa atin iniisip basta marunong mag-English at may experience, pasado na agad. Pero totoo nga ba yun?
Not always ha, kasi I talked to 3 recruitment leaders in the industry, iba't ibang accounts nila, pero may common pattern. So hindi lang sa experience talaga umiikot ang hiring decisions. Okay?
So, hindi pala talaga sapat yung naka 3 years na ako sa voice account, ganon.
It gives you a huge edge against other candidates, don't get me wrong. Pero hindi lang talaga yan ang basehan. Ang tanong, kasi dito is, can you deliver value today and grow tomorrow? Yan kasi ang most common pattern now or mindset among all or most hiring managers because sobrang taas ng attrition in the BPO industry ngayon. So, can you deliver value today? Okay, good yan, right? Because you have experience, whatever, right? But can you grow with the company tomorrow?
I love that.
Here are the 5 things hiring managers really look for and what you can do about it. Number 1, clarity on the role and why you are the right fit. Number 1 red flag sa mga candidates regarding clarity on the role is hindi malinaw ang understanding sa role at walang solid reason kung bakit ka nag-a-apply.
Oo nga naman. Kasi di ba hiring managers aren't just looking for someone who can do the job. They're looking for
Correct.
someone who wants the job and understand what it requires, di ba? Kaya yan. Kaya naman kung kulang ka sa context at direction, ang dating sa amin, bara-bara ka lang mag-apply. What do you think of the candidates that didn't come knowing what the JD is?
Ako, matik yan. Matik akong na no. Maybe I would ask a couple of more questions after that, pero those 2 questions would no longer have value. Number 1 rule ko is you need to know what the job that you're applying for and at least make a research about the company you're applying for. I recently interviewed a couple of candidates, or probably more than a couple of candidates, Colombian candidates too, ha? And one of the first questions that I asked, what's the relevance of your experience to the job that you're applying for? Siguro 70 to 80% of the time na mga in-interview ko, right? They're just giving me bullshit stuff about their work experience, but I was actually waiting for you to connect that experience to the actual job that you applied for. Parang I just wasted my time interviewing those kind of people. I'm sure they're really great at what they used to do, but then again, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who did their research and that can really convey what they can do if they're already doing the actual job. O kaya, before the interview, guys, okay, do your homework. Basahin mo ang job description. Hindi pwedeng walang job description ang mga ina-apply niyong trabaho. Manood ng mock calls or ask someone already in that role. Dapat alam mo kung anong klaseng account yan, voice ba yan, text, sales, back office, at ano ang mga daily tasks. Those may not seem really important to you at the moment you're applying, but it will actually matter once you are already doing the job because it could give you anxiety, it could give you stress or pressure and whatnot. Baka yun ang maging sanhi ng iyong breakdown, di ba? Na hindi mo pala kaya yung job.
Overall, what Jay's trying to say is, let's not waste each other's time, di ba?
Correct.
Ganun lang yun, mga sales.
The second thing that hiring managers look for from a candidate is authenticity over scripted responses. Ito, sobrang talamak nito ngayon, most especially nung sumulpot ang ChatGPT, no? Scripted answers na walang substance.
Pero ikaw, Jay, how can candidates show authenticity on your perspective?
My experience interviewing people, merong point in my career wherein ako yung validation interview. Ako yung last decision maker to interview that person. So, ibig sabihin, yung candidate na yan ay nag-go through na ng 1, 2, or even 3 levels of interview, no? Ako yung pang last. So, I will not make it seem like an interview. As in, parang kwentuhan lang kami, right? As in, I will really make that person really, really comfortable as in katawanan kami, right? Sometimes I would even do the interview while walking the floor. floor. I would walk with the candidate habang nag-walk kami sa floor, and I would be asking questions. Yung level ng interview ko during that level is more on me knowing if I could be working well with this person, because it means that that person will be reporting directly to my OM, right? Or I will be working directly with that person. So I need to make sure na okay yung aming swak ang aming personality, ganon, right? Pero kung mga first level of interview naman is I always ask situational questions and theoretical questions. What I mean by that is either can you tell me a time in the past wherein you were faced with a difficult situation, how did you overcome it, and what did you learn from it? Or theoretical question. Let's say, for example, you encounter this situation that a customer is very demanding and asking for a lot of credits in their account, but they really haven't paid their bills for 2 months. What are you gonna do about it? Always situational questions. Kaya what you can do about that, guys, is mag-practice pero huwag kabisaduhin. Instead of I'm a team player, share a quick story of when you helped your team hit a target or show your personality. Gusto ka namin makilala, Day. Hindi ang version na galing kay Google or kay ChatGPT.
Corrected by. Pero pwede naman yun. Yun nga lang, si Google lang i-hire namin. Charing.
Correct. Huwag ka na. The third thing that hiring managers look for from a candidate is their coachability and growth mindset. Ang pinaka-red flag dito ay lack of coachability.
Yan. It's good that you mentioned that, Jay, no? Kasi while skills can be trained, pero kung sarado ka naman sa feedback, you won't really grow in a fast-paced BPO setting. Diba? Kaya naman ikaw,
Correct.
Jay, when you interview candidates, how do you check their character or their mindset?
Ano siya, tawag dito, nilalabas ko sa, kain kami sa restaurant, coffee shop, gano'n. Kaya we just walk at the park, nag-date, donate.
Doon pala yun.
Or tsaka yung character nila, ganun. How do I check their character or their mindset? Ang normal linyahan ko sa mga ganyan is if I would ask your previous colleagues or your previous managers or previous supervisor, what 1 or 3 things do you think they would tell me about you?
Ay, okay.
Number 1, the reason why I asked that question is because I wanted to know how self-aware they are. Okay, and that's really, really important, no? Most especially if we are in this industry wherein we are not working alone. We are working with group and huge amount of people every day. I wanted to make sure that they know what their actions are and repercussions of those actions are, because working harmoniously and working well with others are really, really critically important in our industry. And of course, yung mindset naman in terms of coachability, one question na inask ko, what one mistake did you commit in your previous job and what did you learn from it? Ang nakaka-sad nito and hindi mo nakakagulat is that they didn't tell me the mistake. Parang I think it's kind of a tricky question, because if you were asked that question, matatakot ka na, shit, baka pag sinabi ko may mali ako, baka hindi na ako i-hire nito, no? Pero hindi talaga yun hindi talaga yun ang purpose ko, right? I know for a fact na tao ka lang din, tulad nating lahat, no? Na nagkakamali, right? That's a reality. The reason why I asked that question, because I want to know is if you learn from it, if you were coachable in improving that mistake, no? So nakakasad lang na wala nagsabi ng mistake. Hindi ka nagkamali, perfect yarn, ganon. Ano yun? After si Jesus, ikaw na, ganon ba yun? Kaya nga, what you can do here, guys, is share examples of how you've taken feedback before. Receiving feedback is a skill, ha?
Yes.
What I mean by that is not everyone has the skill and even the mental capacity to receive feedback as a constructive one. Most often than not, people would take it as an attack to their personality, attack to their job, or even attack to their skills or managerial skills. Halimbawa, during my last job, I was told to work on my empathy skills sa calls, so I started using mirroring techniques, or I started shadowing some of my tenured teammates, and after a month, my QA score improved. So, yung ganung sagot, that tells us that you listen, you learn, and you are able to improve it. The fourth thing that hiring managers look for from a candidate is culture fit and professional behavior. My attitude, my values, or behaviors na hindi tugma sa team culture.
Diba lagi nga natin sinasabi, skills can be trained, pero attitude, nako, never. BPO teams work in high-pressure, fast-paced environments, so hiring managers would definitely look for people who bring positive energy, yung nakikipag-collaborate, respecting the workplace. So kahit gaano ka pa kagaling, if your presence creates tension or does not align with how the team works, that's really a no-go.
No-go.
Kaya naman, Jay, how important the culture fit really is.
when it comes to culture, I see it in two different ways. No, number one is, can the candidate work well with the people in his team or her team? If the entire team as a collective is very passionate about what they're doing, or are all mothers, are all family people, right? Or they all share the same interest in movies, something like that, or the same interest in sports or whatever, right? Can that candidate fit that kind of collective personalities or interest? Number second is yung culture add. I mean to say, if all of my team members are very good in terms of how to generate reports, they're really good in Excel and creating PowerPoints, they're all excellent in doing that. Is this candidate very good in automation, but very bad in Excel, right?
Oh,
I will hire that person. Why? Hahawahan niya yung iba kong team, right?
yes.
I don't want to hire another person na magaling sa Excel, magaling sa PowerPoint, or even magaling sa presentation. I will hire someone na hindi magaling doon but very, very good at something else, right? That's what you call culture add, right? And I think culture fit and culture add for me are both important for the growth of the team. And second is, it will actually drive harmonious working relationship with everyone on the team. What you can do here is show up as your best professional self in every part of the process. Mula sa resume, emails, interviews, right? Everything you say and how you say it gives us a sense of who you are. Okay, so be mindful of how you talk about your past employers. Don't bash them even if wala silang naidulot na kabutihan sa buhay mo. How you respond to feedback and how you handle delays or technical issues. Those small things say a lot about your values. The fifth thing that hiring managers look for from a candidate is communication confidence. Ang red flag dito ay weak communication confidence.
Naku, napailing si Jay. Kasi nga naman guys, it's not about the perfect grammar, okay? It's about clarity, composure, and most importantly, connection. So majority of the time, weak delivery affects how you handle real calls. Kaya naman Jay, ang tanong ng bayan, does confidence really depict success of a candidate in the actual job?
Sa tinatagal kong nag-i-interview na, may mga cases kasi na sobrang ganda ng interview niya. I mean, the candidate was really, really excellent in her communication. He can really share confidently and with clarity yung kanyang past experience, and that candidate was able to excellently connect her experience to the actual job. But when that person gets into the actual job, sobrang nagfe-fail siya. Meron din naman na sobrang pangit na interview niya, as in talagang the candidate couldn't even deliver or express herself really well sa hiring managers. Meron din naman na sobrang, because of the kaba, right? Utal-utal, nagkakamali ng grammar and all that. Pagdating sa job, actual job itself, ay naging top performers, right? So in terms of confidence, can it really depict success of a candidate in the actual job? I still have reservation. However, right, communication confidence can predict how well you can communicate with your colleagues, with your customers, and with the people that you're working with. Sa BPO industry, right, communication ng ating puhunan. If you have weak communication skills, that can predict how well you're going to be doing your job. But are you going to be successful in doing it? Kaya nga naman, hindi kailangan perfecto ang English mo, okay? Pero dapat klaro ka mag-express ng thoughts, because your hiring managers will need to know if you can really express your resolution to your customers, right? The hiring managers would need to know if you can talk to a customer, period. Most especially sa mga accounts na medyo mga high-profile accounts, yung mga level 2 or tier 2 or tier 3 accounts, right? Yung mga B2B accounts, kailangan dyan talaga ng confidence because you're gonna be talking to mga high-level customers or even business owners, right? Okay, kaya mag-practice kayo mag-mock calls, guys. Record yourself and review the recording. Confidence follows preparation. So learn to speak with people, not at them. Again, learn to speak with people and not at them.
Kung tutuusin, yan ang mga deal breaker minsan.
True. Kung maayos mo silang masasagot, you already beat 50% of the applicants.
And to those na ilang beses nang na-reject, it's easy to feel like you're not enough. Pero baka kulang lang sa preparation?
Yes, hindi ito about perfection, ha? It's about showing potential growth and the right attitude. Kahit wala ka pang 5 years experience, okay lang yan. Pero kung handa ka, may laban ka.
Kaya naman, if this helps tag someone who's currently applying or baka mag-apply pa lang, we want to hear from you. Nakapag-decide na ba kayo if you wish to enter the BPO industry? Or if you wish to stay, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Tag us natin sa mga trending memes ninyo. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Agree. Yana Grande. Let's interact on our social media accounts. And for those who are exploring opportunities in the BPO industry, work from home or on-site, join our WhatsApp group. We post exclusive job ads every Monday. Lastly, check our bio and join our growing community. And if you want more tips like this, follow the BPO Break Room. This is the BPO Break Room. Join us next time as we try to make the BPO workplace better, one story at a time.
Kaya naman, bye everyone and kita-kits ulit.
The BPO Break Room Podcast.